Baddies in all these shows, 20 versus 1, they're a part of a much wider deception. And the interesting thing about it, actually it's the devastating thing about it, is that it is so pervasive, it's everywhere, to the point where people don't realize that they are experiencing spiritual rot, brain rot, and not even know it because they're wanting to be entertained. And you have to really realize what you're doing to yourself if you are taking part in entertaining yourself with things that are grown women fighting each other, pulling people's hair out, having to be hauled to the nearest ER. That's a huge problem. A lot of these people that are featured and put into these positions to be a literal participant in like a dog fight. These people have children, and it's beginning to be a cycle. It already has begun. It's a cycle of depravity. You're being paid to destroy the reflection of yourself. And on a much deeper level, as I mentioned about the wider deception, is that most of these people that are participating in these things, they're just under the false illusion that they're getting the bread, they're getting the guap, they're getting the money, but what they're actually losing is so much more bigger. And they're having a major influence on so many people, to the point where if it doesn't involve drama, if it doesn't involve having a knockdown, drag out, if it doesn't involve all forms of malicious behavior, then it's whack, it's lame. When in all actuality, the things that these people are doing for entertainment is lame, and it is completely destroying us from the inside out. There's even some of these people that go on here and they're seeing that their children are beginning to identify with these behaviors. These children don't live in a bubble. They see the things that we're doing. So it may seem as if you are winning because you're able to, have a money phone, or you're able to go splurge on certain things. But you cannot replace the damage that is incurred by participating in this demonic behavior and also condoning this demonic behavior. Because if you're entertained by these things, no matter what it is that you say towards your children, if you're completely bypassing all of it and just chalking it up to, oh, it's just fun, or they're young, at some point you're going to get older. And many people are losing their lives even at a young age participating in these shenanigans. The wider deception is at play, and that is to get you to destroy yourself. They don't have to take you out. They don't have to do things to hurt you anymore, to the point where you're actually beginning to hurt yourself. And especially when it comes to the women in this generation, enough is enough. God says enough is enough. So many of you that see the truth for what it is, like myself, you're being convicted in your heart and your soul to call these things out, because there's too many loudmouths that are spewing all of this toxicity like it is the norm, and it is a complete contradiction of what we are to be as women, in particular indigenous women. Shame needs to come back. I mean, there's even a big shift towards people accepting that it's some sort of rite of passage to have a whole phase, or it is fun, or it shows that you're legit, like you're cool if you have a dirty urine test. Like, people are bragging about having STDs, STIs. This is a trap. These things that these artists are doing, these things that the baddies are doing, is deplorable, and they should be ashamed of themselves. In fact, I have secondhand embarrassment that these women are paid, they're incentivized to further a deeper illusion. to commit self-destruction amongst ourselves. So I'm calling this out right now because the Most High is really weighing on me. The Holy Spirit is really letting me know, like, look, you have to say something about it. And my 2 cents may not mean much to many, but what I stand for is the complete opposite of what is put out as entertainment or the norm. There's a lot of women that are going along with it out of fear. Maybe they fear of being bullied, because trust and believe, if you speak against what is happening within mainstream society, there are women that are going to shun you or try to shut you up. Many of them are destroyed themselves, and so they don't want to see people do better than them. Many of them are miserable and they want others to destroy themselves early so that they could clump into that whole group. It's too much going on right now, and if you are feeling as if you have to play that type of game in your life, if you have to jeopardize your integrity, you have to jeopardize who you are in order to succeed in this life, you need to really think again. God has designed you fearfully and wonderfully made. He has designed you to be not only dignified, but to actually live a life where you do not have to cash in your integrity, cash in your morals and your values in order to make it. That is a lie and a trick of the enemy.